I'll be violating more laws than they are. I'm not going to jail. How can you tell if someone's actually spying on you or misusing the cameras? You need to know this. Let's get into it. We sell security cameras. We sell a lot of security cameras. Our company got a call the other day from a nice woman, concerned woman down in California. And her complaint was, my neighbors have installed your security cameras on their home, and I think they're spying on us. Well, have you spoken with the homeowner about that? No, she hasn't. She requested us log into the camera system and show her the fields of view so that she could be sure her neighbor wasn't spying on her. I had to point out to her, as much as I understand this legitimate concern, I had to explain to her, I'll be violating more laws than they are. It's not yours. You don't have the right to give us authority to log in and view the cameras and share that information with you. So I'm not going to jail. So we're like, we can't help you. We encouraged this woman to go speak with her neighbor and ask to see the camera's fields of view. This way she can verify for herself that her privacy rights are not being violated. She wasn't very happy with that response, but it's the only legal response that we can provide. We cannot log in and provide forced oversight into the aiming of the cameras. That is all illegal for us. But this call spurred a thought in my head. It's like, I understand the laws, but does everyone else? And how can you tell if someone's actually spying on you or misusing the cameras? So let's get into that, and let's talk about what you can do. Wait a minute, how'd you get in here? That's okay. This is actually members only. Let's take care of the paperwork so you can stay. Come on, right here. It's right there. Click that button right there, subscribe. The first telltale sign that maybe the cameras are being used improperly is where they're located. There are standard locations that provide the best field of view, and if you're not following those standard location policies, there's a reason that camera is in the middle of the wall right there, or there's a reason that camera is mounted on the fence 5 feet away from my bathroom window. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at where cameras should be. And if they're not, that would be the first indication you might have a problem. To understand normal placement, we have to understand the field of view of cameras. Most residential cameras have about a 90 to 110 degree field of view. That's because you usually don't have to go distance, right? You want to cover as much area as you can with one camera. And so on average, they have a 90 degree field of view. The idea, and that's why they're on the corners of homes or they're on the corner of buildings, is because they look down one wall and they look down 90 degrees out from there, and it covers that entire area. So you can kind of guess where a camera is viewing if you go stand right under it and hold your arms out at a 90 degree field of view. That's pretty much what the camera is going to be seeing. Now, how much detail at distance is another thing, but that's why cameras are located on the corners of buildings. With a camera mounted on a corner of a home, it covers that area, but you can come up behind it right on that corner and disable it. That's why you put another camera on the other corner looking this way. With 4 cameras doing that, you can cover 100% of a residence with 4 cameras with no ability to come up behind and disable a camera without being documented. That's the normal placement of cameras. If they're not on the corners of homes, then they might be under a porch. Well, okay, then it's obvious that it's looking at the porch for that. Maybe there's a patio in the back and you put one up in the inner corner to view that way. That's all fine. Those are normal camera placements. If you find a camera 3/4 of the way down a wall pointed straight out perpendicularly from the home, it's looking into the neighbor's yard, for sure. Now, it's not to say that when you put a camera on the corner of a home, it's going to see over the fence and into their backyard. It might even see into a window that's left open, not on purpose, but just because it's part of the field of view. There's a way to address that, and there's a way to fix that. But that's normal camera placement for residential use. So if you see a camera that just doesn't follow that guideline, there's a reason that camera was mounted right there, and you should look at it and go, what's it looking at? If you were to go over there and stand right under it and hold your arms out, what do you see? Because that's their intention. Every once in a while, we get pulled into arguments with neighbors over cameras. The thing that I've noticed time and time again is how the neighbor approaches the situation. Calling the police right off the bat is not a good idea. It's really not, because it puts everyone at odds and everyone's ready to fight. Now, the police is a good stabilizing action, but they're the last thing we do. And there's a certain way we do it too. So we don't just pick up the phone and call the police. We approach it calmly. We go knock on their door and we say, hey, how are you? Hey, I see you got a new camera system. Glad you got that. That's good. Security is good. I'm going to get a little bit of benefit from it too, because you're providing security. But I'm a little concerned of the fields of view. And I was wondering if you would be willing to show me what you're looking at so I can understand if I need to pull blinds or something like that. Just be really nice, because really your goal is to see the fields of view. Now, if they're willing to show that to you, you're 90% of the way there. Now, if they show you the field of view and you're going, that looks right in my bedroom window, there's a way to fix that. And I'm going to cover that in just a minute. So you could certainly speak with them, and they're going to be very impressed when you say, could you blank that out for me? Oh, what do you mean? Right in the software, most cameras have masking, and you can do up to 5 or 8 locations. So if a camera's field of view is viewing at a certain area and there's 3 windows along the side of your house, you could say, you know what we could do? We could just get into the camera and we could draw blank screens over each of those windows, and then they permanently stay there, and it's just a big black square covering that area of the field of view. That's a nice way to assure that you have privacy. That's really all you can do. Now, if you see something that concerns you, they're not willing to do something like that, then you nicely say, hey, thank you for showing me. I appreciate it. I'm a little bit concerned about that camera, and we might have an issue with that. And then leave. Just be nice and leave. Then you go on to step 2. Step 2 is not standing in your yard and throwing rocks at the cameras. That's not step 2. Step 2 is not putting on camo gear, a face mask, grabbing a can of spray paint, and sneaking over to the neighbor in the middle of the night and spray painting the lens. That is not step 2. It's not. Step 2 is to call the police and ask them the following. And be careful how you approach this. The police don't like these phone calls. They don't want to do them. They love violent crime. Nah, they don't love violent crime. That's what they respond to, is violent crime. These kinds of things is really nothing more than a mediator. But they are more than glad to come out and attempt to resolve it once. They're not coming out 2, 3 times. They just won't do it. But they will come out once. And here's how you approach it. Yeah, hi. I live over on Happy Valley Drive, and I want to avoid a confrontation with my neighbor, but I'm quite concerned about a situation. They've installed some surveillance cameras, and I'm concerned that they're violating my privacy. And I've already spoken with them, and they're not willing to make any changes. And I'd really like an independent, unbiased opinion on whether my privacy rights are being violated. And I feel like this will resolve this if you would ask an officer to come by and just meet with my neighbor and ask them to see the cameras. Let's let the officer decide if my privacy rights are being violated or not. But I'd really appreciate it if you would do that, because I'm scared that this might escalate. Well, thank you. Yes, here's my contact information. Now understand, by calling the officer over there, you have invited a non-biased arbitrator into the situation. And so both you and the neighbor should be willing to accept what the officer deems as the result. Okay, so the officer might say, yeah, it's uncomfortable, but they're not really violating your privacy rights, or yeah, there's a clear violation of privacy, and I told them that they needed to address that. All you would do is ask the officer to follow up that they did actually address it. If they don't address it, at least you have a case number and an independent source verifying that your privacy rights are being violated. Unfortunately, the next step, step 3, is legal, getting an attorney and suing them civilly for violation of your privacy rights, because no one's going to go to jail. It's not going to happen. So let's make the first 2 steps work for you, because the third step is it's not good. Here's the part you're not going to want to hear. Our Constitution is an amazing thing. It gives us freedom of speech, but it also gives a lot of people a lot of leeway. If you are in public, anyone can film you anytime they want, and they can do anything with it. They can film you. They can film you driving up to your bank drive-up window. They can film you going into a liquor store. They can film you, and they can stand right on public property, film it all, and do anything they want with it. That is the downside of the wonderful Constitution that we live under. Thanks for watching. I hope the information was valuable to you. Please subscribe if you would. I spent 5.5 hours on a Sunday morning making this video, and I've got to come up with a reason to tell my wife I did that. Just saying. See you on the next one.